Yeah, youtube.com.
Oh. Okay.
Hi.
Well, there you are. Okay.
I know it looks very grainy.
There it is right there. And then type in Desert Rest.
And then go right there. Click on.
There it is.
Yeah. There we
you
go.
are.
Hi.
We should just do this instead of the other.
Yeah. So now you can go over there, put on live chat.
What do I do?
Click on this and put live chat.
Yeah.
And now you can chat. Hi, everybody. Can you hear me okay? That last show was fantastic. Ron, if you're on the live chat, I'm getting your texts on my phone, and I'm glad you liked the last show. Thanks.
Pictures and vids and stuff on yours?
I don't know what I can do. Engage with my audience.
Right, let's see. I'm going to start.
Yeah.
One watching now. Tell everyone to. Oh, I can tell them to go over to yours. Hold on, let me do that real fast. I'll tell everyone to go over to yours.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. I'll do that. Let's see.
So, say hello if you're here. And please hit the thumbs up. This is the first time I'm ever doing this. And we're trying something new. And I would like to be able to share my screen, but I'm not sure how to do it because I'd like to. I'm here at Dr. G's trailer, Dr. George, or RV Dr. George's, and we're having trouble. I don't know, can you see behind me? No. We're having trouble getting his show up, so we thought we'd try this out if it would work. And it looks like it is. The camera, we're using my laptop and my laptop microphone and my laptop camera, so it's not the best setup right now. But hi, Desert Lady from Trailer Gods. That's what they call me around here. Is I am Desert Lady here because Desert Rest.
Desert Rest.
Because of Desert Rest.
Yeah,
and right next to me is Billy. And we're trying this, but I don't see a button that allows me to share my screen. Darn. We were trying to do.
Right. For like, say, content you have or something like that?
Yeah, so I could show the property photos there.
Let's see if that comes up here. Hold on. Oh, I see that won't come up.
Who's that? I'm watching your live video. Ron says, hi, Billy.
Hi, Ron.
Thank you.
Yeah, you should get...
This is cool.
Let's see. I can't believe you haven't been doing this. Okay, that is...
Yeah, I didn't know this would work, so yay. I don't know if we're going to be hitting buttons and trying stuff out. So if we go away, just wait, we'll be back. So I'm going to hit this. It says edit. Oh, it's just settings for the show. So we already I already did this stuff, so forget this. All right. I wanted to be able to share my screen because I wanted to show the pictures from when I went out to Desert Rest and checked it out.
Yeah.
And but I can't figure out how to do it. So I'm sure there's a way of doing it. Let's see if I hit manage. No, it's not doing anything. Okay. Pop out dashboard. Uh-oh. Okay. Not sure what that did. Let's see. Oh, that just shows us how many people are watching. Got 2 people watching.
Yeah.
Select stream.
You went to live, is that right?
Uh-huh.
Or you didn't go
Okay.
live, you went to... What did you do? You were in studio.
So we're in studio.
Yeah, and then what? You went to...
I don't think you're in studio.
No, how do you get back to...
Click
up here?
Click over here. And go.
Okay, got it. Now,
You click too fast.
Content analytics, do your own show, live stream. I'm trying to figure out how you got to that.
Create.
Okay, good.
Go live. There we go.
Okay, now I'm not going to go
So
live.
Billy is sitting right next to me, and he's trying to figure out how to go live the way I'm live.
Well, to see if you can grab some photos.
And then we could turn his camera onto my screen, I guess. This is a roundabout way of doing it, but we're trying something new. Thank you, Ron, for hanging in there. So this is fun. But so my story, we're trying to do my story about Desert Rest. So I'll talk about that. About 10 years ago, we were talking last night about the rock fall, and I had a seriously life-changing experience, and I could have ended my life right then, but it didn't. Oh, we have another person. Say hello, who just popped in. Say hello, please, over in the chat. And so, I was on a rock hunt with my friends Glenn and Sean and Sean's wife. And at that point, I started kind of rethinking my life and realized that, certain things that I wanted to happen were not going to happen. So I decided at that point that I figured out that I wouldn't be able to live in California on my income as a retired person and live alone without having, a very difficult time. So at that time, I started trying to figure out what to do. What do I want to be when I grow up? And I realized that at that point, I had about 10 years before I would be able to retire. And I had to figure out what I wanted to do. So I was working for a local school district. So I knew I had that retirement. And then I also knew I had Social Security. So I started looking at the numbers and didn't really kind of like what I saw. So I decided, okay, figure out what to do. So I decided to start looking around. I got on YouTube and I was looking at alternatives to living on retirement income and, things like that. And I found nomads who were living in their RVs and traveling the country. And that looked really cool. That looked like a lot of fun. Um, but as time went along, I realized I'm a person who needs goody, howdy, good to see you live. I'm here. I'm doing well. Thank you. So I realized I'm kind of a person who needs a home base. Oh, we lost somebody. We lost you, huh? And I need a person who needs a home base. And so then I started looking at land, cheap land for sale. And I was looking around, and I found, hi, Kelly. I see you. You just sent me a thumbs up. And I'm saying a lot. I'll stop. So I started realizing that I needed a home base. So I started looking at land for sale. And I love the ocean, love the ocean. So I was looking at ocean, properties. I really liked Tampa, Florida, but couldn't afford to live there. I liked Oregon. Northern California is beautiful, but again, I'm looking at numbers. And so then I somehow stumbled across some states do not tax your retirement income. So I'm like, yay, okay, I'm going to look at those states. All right, those states were like North Dakota and South Dakota. I don't do snow. So those were out. I think Montana or Wyoming was one. But again, that was snowy, cold weather, and that'd be kind of out. So there was a couple of other states that were farther away, and my thoughts were, if I was going to move to these places, I want to have it set up and ready for me to go. And so it had to be relatively close to California. So I had a friend who had been buying some property in Nevada, and it was for sale by owner. So I contacted that person and asked, hey, have you got any property for sale? And he says, yep, I do, but I won't sell to anyone unless they come out and they check out the property altogether. So I said, okay, show me where it is. called my girlfriend, told her what my plans were. She goes, "Oh, let's go." And so she drove, and we drove out to the desert. And I'm not going to say exactly where it is because you never know who's kind of hiding in the background. And, oh, are you listening to something? Okay. So we drove out there, and I was hoping you could show my pictures. And so we drove out there, and we spent a couple of days. And on the way into the property, we had to stop on the main road to let a herd of antelope cross the road. And she said to me, "Sherry, if you don't buy this property, I'm buying it." So the herd of antelope crossed the road, and we got to my property, and it's in a canyon at the base of a mountain, and it was just beautiful. The wind was blowing, and this was mid-November, and the weather hadn't been too bad up to that point. And my next door neighbor came over to say hello. I do have one neighbor next to me, and then there is another neighbor that's across the valley, and their house is about that big, looks like it from my property. And it did have a well on there, but there was no well pump yet. So that would be my expense. And we spent some time there. It was so quiet. You just couldn't believe how quiet it was. There was more antelope that we saw. There were cows hanging out. And I saw several pieces of property. Thanks for the thumbs up. That really helps my channel. And the chat does too. If you're in here, say hi in the chat if you can, please. And put it on live chat if you would. That, I think, makes a difference. But so we looked around, we checked out the town, we went into town. It is not far from a major town there in Nevada. And it was really nice. The people were really nice. You know, I mentioned what I was looking to do, and I was trying to find a map of the area, and we couldn't. But the ladies in the store there got out their local telephone book and went to their copy machine and made a copy of the map out of the telephone book for me. So it was a good trip. And so I went home, thought about it a few days, and contacted the seller and said, "I want it." And it was $500 down and just under $300 a month. And I spent, I think it was about $30,000 for the property, and that included 11 acres and the well. Now, since then, that is 2019, and so the property has already increased in value substantially. So I'm very happy with that. and I am ready this coming spring to move out there. So what I'm doing right now is a couple of years ago from Billy, I bought a fifth wheel trailer and found some property here in Sacramento that I could move it to. And I've been living in that just to get used to it. And the fact that my one bedroom apartment at that time was, this had to be 2020 because I bought the trailer just a few months after I bought the property. And my apartment at that time was $1,400 a month. Well, my retirement income from the school district was going to be, they were estimating $1,500 a month. Well, that wasn't going to work. So that's why I bought the trailer, found an inexpensive piece of land. And then the big C word started in the land, and we had the shutdown and all of the crazy. Thanks for the extra thumbs up. And we had the craziness of all of that going on, which made working at the school district difficult. I wasn't a teacher, I was a secretary over a program, but the program was not allowed to move forward because of the shutdown. So there was a lot of problems with that. And then in the second year, they offered an early retirement incentive. So I thought, I'm going to go for it. It was just becoming too much of a struggle to make money. And I didn't know, everything was too much up in the air. So I retired from the school district. I wanted to wait until you hit the magic number when you're getting ready for your Social Security. If you're not aware, Social Security increases every year till you get a certain age. Well, my certain age was 66 and a half. And I wasn't there yet. So I needed to do something in between. So I took the job driving the train crews around. And just recently, I was able to file for my Social Security. And I am not working for the company with the train crews now. So I guess you could call me fully retired, I guess. But I'm busier now than I was before. And just a few weeks ago, I bought a tiny house on wheels that needed finished on the inside. Excuse me. So I have two tiny houses basically that I can move up to my property now. And I found out that the property, if I stay under a certain square footage for each building, then I could basically stay away from inspections and things like that. And I'm happy to do that. I can do that. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. So next spring, I hope to have the tiny house on wheels finished enough where I won't have to do much work on it once I get it out to the desert. I've named the property Desert Rest. So there's a website that you can go to, which is www.DesertRestNV for Nevada, like N like Nancy, V like Victor.com. So you can go there. I have a blog there that talks about what I'm doing. And I will follow along as I build the tiny house on wheels. So I plan on taking the fifth wheel trailer out to the desert, and then the tiny house on wheels I'll take out to the desert. I want to put 3 more buildings up out there, and one of them will be a kitchen house. Another will be, I don't know what I'll call it, the work building, the work house. That sounds like a jail, but something, and that's where I get to do all of my crafts and my sewing and woodworking projects, and all kinds of stuff will go on in that one. And then the last one will be like a supply house where I can keep wood and the tools. I'm also the plan is I want a huge shade house, a garden house, where I grow vegetables, and there'll be enough vegetables that I grow there to take into the local farmers market. And I'll have chickens and ducks, and chickens will be for eggs and meat, and ducks, because I love ducks. When they walk, they wiggle their butt and they swim in the pond and they put their butts up in the air. I love them. So I'll have some of those, and there'll probably be some for meat as well. And so all of that livestock and everything will be a part of the garden house, and but they're going to have their separate space, because chickens, you can't let them loose in the garden because they tear everything up. And the ducks, there's not a lot of snails and slugs out there, so I'm not sure if the ducks will be okay to get out into the garden, but we'll see how that goes. Then maybe I'll have some goats, because I love goat cheese, and cheese is super easy to make. So I'll be doing that. And so that's the grand plan. Now, I do have more plans for the future of Desert Rest, and I guess this might be a good time to talk about the future. What I would really like to see happen out at Desert Rest is I would like to be able to help homeless veterans get off the street and offer them a place to recover, recuperate, figure themselves out, live on their own. I would like to bring in other veterans who can help them do that. And, who knows what that could become. They could build their own tiny house and take it with them somewhere. They can learn to be a farmer, live there, buy land, of their own and start farming. I don't know, but I also have a friend who wants to do the same thing, but for prisoners who are getting out of jail, to offer them a safe place to go away from their environment and grow and live up to whatever potential that they want to do. So there may be the two of us out there. That's the plan. So we'll see how, what all happens, because the prisoner thing has more complications than the veterans thing has. But we can start with the veterans. And I could see how the veterans and the prisoner thing could combine and work together. And so that is kind of what Desert Rest is all about. So you heard it first. Unless you're a close friend and you're living near me, then you will have heard it before. But tonight was the first time. Oh, we lost two people. But yes, that is my plan, my long-term plan, and I hope to be out in the desert within by next spring, and we're gonna let this winter, is stacking up to be kind of crazy. So I want to stay here for a while, work on the tiny house on wheels, work with Billy and Dr. George's RV Dr. George, and because he has a warehouse full of stuff. I mean, if you see the cartoons where like buildings are so full that they're bulging, that's if this building could bulge, and that's what it would be doing. He has got so much inventory of vintage and older trailers, little canned ham trailers, and the big old kind that was like on that Lucy movie, the long, long, long trailer, and all kinds of different trailers here. So I had come back here to ask Billy some questions about my trailer, and he ended up remembering me. And we just kind of thought, hey, we could work together and work some stuff out. So what I'm doing for Billy right now is he wants to pare down his inventory. So right now we're building a whatnot presence for Dr. George's RV Dr. George, and it's called RV Mega Parts. And it's just in the very, very, very beginning stages. So we aren't even fully registered yet as RV Mega Parts on Whatnot. But I'm also going to go on Whatnot as Sherry Stuff Rocks. That's my eBay store. And I'm going to be working them both. And so I invite you to visit RV Dr. George on YouTube at www.youtube.com/ and you have to put the @ in trailer_gods. Because what Billy has written a book, it's two books. two,
On
more
the second
than
one.
two. He's got 2 books. That second book is just coming out. First book is called Used Trailers, Undiscovered. I can't read it from here.
Pots of gold.
Say it loud.
Overlooked pots of gold.
Overlooked Pots of Gold.
Thank you, Desert Lady.
And so I invite you to go on Amazon.com and look for Billy's book. Do we have one? Right,
sure, I'll
would you get it? Yeah. Yeah. There's Billy's book. It looks backwards to me. I hope it's not backwards to you. But it's Used Trailers, Overlooked Pots of Gold by the one and only Billy O'Neill. And there's lots and lots of information on like rental contracts, the secrets to passive income success. He's got Be Ready to Buy on the Spot. Talks about the initial conversation when you're looking at somebody's used trailer. How to make $100,000. There you go. It's right all in here. So you can take a look at his book. This is a niche that is seriously overlooked. And it also fills the need. There's lots and lots and lots of people out there who, like me, are realizing that the lifestyle that we've lived all of our lives is not going to be sustainable when we retire. My generation is a generation of baby boomers, and I think we invented divorce because we are the most divorced generation that the United States actually has ever seen. And I think that's kind of a sad commentary, but it is what it is. So there's a lot more women out there who are single, looking for what am I going to do when I retire? How am I going to live, a decent life and not be afraid all the time? And a lot of women are turning to buying school buses, mini school buses, and redoing the inside. And that's what they live in. And they'll travel all over the United States because their income, their Social Security is like $800 and something a month. How the heck is people going to live on $1,800 a month? Or 800, not 18, 8, under $1,000. I know many women, that's their income when they hit Social Security because they did not figure out, they never thought that they would be divorced at my age and single and having to make your own way in the world. So unfortunately, that's the way it is for a lot of people. So having these alternatives and coming here to RV Dr. G's and seeing Billy and saying, hey, I need a place to live. And this is my budget. And Billy can come up with something that is that will work for you. And Billy's book will show you how to do it on your own as well. So that helps. Or you can go the way I did it, was search for a cheap property for sale by owner. That's how I, started looking for my property. And that's how my friend found his property. Somebody keeps getting booted off, darn it. So that's my story. That's what's happening right now. So that's why you haven't seen me on my channel for 2 or 3 weeks. Plus, you can hear my voice. I have hardly any voice. That's been going on for a while, and I don't know what that's all about. But I'm so glad you got here. We were able to figure out how to do a live just through YouTube. But I would like to be able to share the screen, so or figure out how to share photos. I don't know, maybe I can pull a picture up on my phone and see how that works. Where's the drive? So we're going to try another experiment really quickly and see how this works. I have very little the internet in here. We're in a big metal warehouse, and so outside cell is difficult to get through. And I neglected, it says check my network. I neglected to get online before.
I gotta go.
So all my, but so I appreciate everybody who's here. Please let me know what you think of the video. I appreciate the thumbs up. Share it with your friends. And I'll probably do another live when I'm working on the tiny house or just wandering around the trailer. I usually take Sundays and Mondays off. And then I will be live with Billy probably at least twice a week. Billy's live Tuesday, Thursdays, and Saturday nights. And I'm on live with him a lot. We're going to be on Whatnot pretty soon, both as RV Mega Parts and Sherry's Stuff Rocks. And I'll have, all the different kind of stuff that I had on YouTube or on eBay, because eBay is now starting to cost so much money that it's almost not worth it anymore. So I'm going to try Whatnot and then do Whatnot for Billy as well. Then we got a very exciting plan. We may be moving part of Billy's warehouse inventory out near to where Desert Rest is. Well, this is early days, so we don't even know what that's going to look like. But he does want to pare down what he has here so that we can move it closer out of California and then closer to where RV nomads travel, so that they're traveling through, they can stop by, or closer to areas where nomads have their get-togethers, and then we could go there and bring a semi-trailer full of parts, and everybody could come and say, if you got one of these, you got one of these, got one of those, who knows what it'll look like. It's early days and we're talking out stuff, and then I'll give them a free zucchini or tomatoes, goat cheese, stuff like that. And but I thank you all for coming by, and we will be seeing you probably Tuesday night on Billy's channel, or maybe even on this channel. All right. Thank you all for coming by. We'll talk to you later. This is Sherry from Desert Rest NV, and this is Billy O'Nair from RV Dr. George and RV Mega Parts, saying thank you for coming by. Bye.